All right, Mocha Marvels. Welcome to Mocha in the Morning, where we're adding a little flavor to your morning blend. I am your host, Miss Keisha Boyd. And of course, I am joined by my cafe con leche, officially Jorge. Hey, handsome.
Good morning, my sunshine, and good morning, Mocha Marvels, and happy Saturday morning, and happy National or International Women's History Month. And also, it was the day as well.
Yes, the day as well. Listen, so much has happened in a week. Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. So much has happened in a week. Listen, you, Shalette, and the crew,
yes,
took a whole bus to Alabama.
Look, if you can take a whole bus with a group of people and not have any stunts and shenanigans and no Wi-Fi and make it there and back, that is
Lord, no Wi-Fi, oh Lord. You know, we are a tech generation, honey. I would have been over there spazzing out like, oh no.
I was like, well, we have to talk to each other. We have to sing songs. We have to play games out loud. I'm like, I'm here for the snacks.
Oh God.
It was a wonderful trip. We made it to Montgomery. Well, first of all, we stopped in Tallahassee, you know, and we were recognized on the floor. And, you know, we were saying gay all the way there and saying gay all the way back. Right? Because Florida just can't seem to, you know, get their gay together. So stopped in Tallahassee, caused a scene there, got to Montgomery, Alabama. That was
some good trouble. Good
trouble.
Yeah.
Equal Justice Initiative, and we were at the Legacy Museum. I kind of feel like it should be mandatory that if you're an American citizen, that you and your child and your children's children, like, you cannot get a high school diploma without receiving that education, period.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Other countries do it. Why can't we do it?
Absolutely. And we should do it. We should do it.
We want to know, you want to know the truth.
You want to know the truth and you want to talk about race relations and history.
Let's tell a story the way it really happened.
That's right. That is right. Listen, shout out to Ventress Driscoll, my sorority sister, who is definitely doing her thing for sure.
You know, I got my selfie with her.
Yeah.
When she was on the floor speaking, like, everybody was paying attention.
As they should. All right, I'm so glad that you guys had a.
And we got to turn up in Selma.
Okay, yeah. Our future. I'm sorry. Is our future governor. Our future governor.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Selma, you went to Selma.
Yes, we got to turn it in Selma, and we was having a good old time. You know, anytime there's food and folks and just fun, and it was a wonderful time. Of course, you know, it was a Jubilee. And a lot of people too. When we were at the hotel, there were all these like Suburbans parked out. And normally if you see like one parked like in the, you know, when you roll up at a hotel to check in, if you see like one Suburban with like mildly tinted windows, like whatever, it's a guess. But when you see like 5 or 6 with the illegally tinted black windows back to back with cones and a SWAT team, I'm like, somebody's here.
So you guys had Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, and Madam Vice President Kamala Harris.
Yes, amongst others. I was like, ah!
Well, amazing. Yes. We will certainly talk about that a little bit more in the show.
Absolutely.
But first,
coffee.
Mine is chilled, nice.
Lady, you've been chilling lately with the brew.
Yeah, I've been chilling with the brew boo. Chilling with the brew boo. All right, Mocha Marvels. Welcome back to Mocha in the Morning, where we're adding a little flavor to your morning blend. I'm your host, Miss Keisha Boyd, and my officially Jorge is here to share this week's steamers. What you got for us?
Papers. Is everybody ready for what's happening in Black Hollywood and entertainment? I knew you were. First of all, later on in the show, we had the Fun Foodie Mama come out with a feature with Strawberry Festival.
Yes.
So that'll be fun later on in the show. But most importantly, what's happening now is international. Well, we were celebrating International Women's Day on March the 8th. So happy International Women's Day. We're celebrating International Women's History Month, but we want to focus on the day, which to me is every day, period. I mean, that's how we do. We celebrate women every day, all day on this show. And on the network and in life, because that's what we do. But anyways, if you go to newsone.com, they have a wonderful list of women pioneers, all the first of everything. Madam Vice President is in there. You have Serena Williams up in there. Just go to newsone.com. There's a whole playlist of all these amazing women who have just made history and the first of everything. You have Barbara Jordan, Bianca Smith, Macy Jemison. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So congratulations to those trailblazers that now, all of our little Mocha Marvels will grow up and see. They could be the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, and the eighth.
That's right.
So that's pretty awesome. Is there anyone in particular, Keisha, that you're is what you would consider one of your trailblazers?
You know what? I like to start with my internal family, right? So my grandmothers and all that good stuff. Pat Tobin, who was my mentor, trailblazer in the field of PR, always dear to my heart. So she's definitely one of them too.
Aww, awesome. And speaking of someone that's near to our hearts, a woman that is, what? When I think of this woman, I think she is totally all about mental health and self-care. And that is Ms. Mary J. Blige, continue to make news. And she is announcing the inaugural Strength of Women Festival and Summit in Atlanta.
All right. Yes, I love it.
Come on, Mary. And the thing is, she had an album of the same title.
Listen, good morning, gorgeous.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Her latest effort. And so it's going to be a 3-day summit, and it's going to be exactly what you think it's going to be with the soundtrack of Mary J. Blige, of course, starting May 6th. We should go to that.
We should go to that.
That's right around the corner, and maybe you can hook up with some of our Mocha Marvels out there as well. You can go to Rated R&B for the rest of that story. So super excited for Mary J. I mean, she's just making boss moves all over the place.
All over the place. Love it.
All right, so another woman who's bossing up is a Barbie. Look at Miss Barbie, but check this out.
Barbie.
Yes, there's some new Barbies in the neighborhood. And these are limited edition dolls are, of course, focusing on International Women's Day. And the huge focus is on women in tech, women in business, all these entrepreneurs. And guess who's at the top of that list? Got her own Barbie doll, Miss Shonda Rhimes.
As she should, okay, because she is keeping us entertained, honey. She is always doing the thing. Always.
Well, Barbie is committed to helping build confidence and reinforce the limitless potential of girls everywhere. And if you want to talk about limitless potential, Shonda Rhimes is a prime example of that.
Very much so. Very much so. Congratulations.
I kind of want my own Barbie doll too. I mean, come on, can I get a Barbie doll? And guess what is back? I am so excited because we have our own history with this situation, and I cannot wait to go back. I'm so happy it's back, live, in person, the headliner of my dreams. It's It's the joy for all of us, right? Essence Fest is back.
Yes,
Kevin Hart
honey.
headlining, Nicki Minaj. For the nostalgia, they're giving me New Edition.
Yes, honey.
And of course,
the
one, the only Janet Jackson.
Jackson, if you're nasty. Yes, honey. Let me tell you. Every time, I just want y'all to know that we're super Janet fans. He's a super Janet fan for sure. Every time I've seen Janet, it's been with Jorge, and I don't think I'll ever see her without him. Like,
but Essence Fest. Remember last time we were at Essence Fest?
Oh my
we
God.
was in a bus load.
Yes.
We were everywhere.
We had such a great time. Oh my gosh, we had such a good time. Yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be really nice.
I mean, and the thing is, not only that, what's really awesome about Essence Fest is that we're able to connect with some of our Mocha Marvels that are small business owners, entrepreneurs, people in the same business that we are in. And it's a great way to see what, just to catch up, see what everybody is doing and continuing to do, and cut up, have a wonderful time. The fashion, the
food, the shopping, honey.
All that.
It's all next level. All next level. So, yes.
I can't wait to see who we know that's going to be there on top of all the entertainment that is going to be lined up. You can go to the Essence Festival. You can register, of course, the expo and all that. It's all for free, but you can also purchase tickets for the musical events. So if you can stand the rain.
Music, baby. Look, don't go out there and can't stand the rain.
Right?
Anytime and any place. Okay.
Anytime and any place. And in Black Girl Magic news, Jennifer Hudson. Let me tell you, this woman can do anything, snatching Oscars, singing songs about Jennifer Hudson is going to take over the Ellen DeGeneres time slot. She's going to be top show host. Jennifer, look, J-Head. Just don't come for our time slot. And we
don't come for our time slot, but congratulations, girl. Listen, come on, networks. You got Sherry Shepherd, you got Jennifer Hudson. Come on, Black Girl Magic. I'm for it. I'm here for it. Now, I will say I'm interested to see how this is going to roll, with Jennifer Hudson, because I never imagined her in a talk show host role, but hey.
Yeah. Well, I'm here for it as long as she doesn't come for our time slot. Then we won't have a problem.
We won't have a problem.
And we are celebrating. Well, we just had the Gasparilla Arts Festival in Tampa, and Arrested Development, was performing. We all know Arrested Development, Tennessee. Everyday people. Yes. Well, it's 30 years old this month. Can you believe that?
Can you believe that? No, I can't, but
let's hear for the neoclassic soul.
Okay.
And a happy 30th year anniversary. Did I say that right? Yeah, happy 30th.
Yeah.
And that was the revolutionary Black power group that came out the gate swinging with a song that still sounds as good as the day it came out, and that was according to the Grio. We was all jamming to it. We still jam to it.
It's a classic. It's always going to be one.
A good song is a good song. A good group is a good group.
Yeah, it is. 30 years later.
So develop that. And guess who had mommy and daughter time? Just go to girlsunited.essence.com and you will see who was at Disneyland. And that is, of course, Tiana Taylor and Junie.
Oh, Junie is so cute. She is such a personality, honey. I've met her, seen her. She attended, she was on one of my red carpets for Paw Patrol. And honey, she worked that red carpet. Do you hear me? She is being groomed, honey.
That is so cute. So it's great to see, the timing was perfect, and what a great time the two of them they had, and what a Mocha moment that was.
Yes. Oh, so cute. All right.
That is everything that's happening in Black Hollywood and entertainment.
Well, thank you, official Jorge. Mocha Marvels, don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back with this week's Piping Hot.
I might have to start drinking some cold brew because you're drinking it every week.
Yeah, I mean, you know me.
Hey, it's the Fun Fruity Mama. We're live here at the Florida Strawberry Festival. It runs March 3rd through the 13th. I'm here to show you all the fun things you can do here. Of course, people come here for the strawberries, but there's so much more to do. Follow along as I show you. There are so many things to do at the Strawberry Festival. Of course, one of them is ride all of the fun rides. If you're going to bring kids with you, definitely check out the calendar to see what date has the most bang for your buck when it comes to the wristband option. The wristband option is the perfect way to get on all of the rides without having to nickel and dime yourself. So definitely check that out, guys. Go to their website, floridastrawberryfestival.com. Check out the wristband dates. Okay, now for the food, guys. Look at all of these delicious options. This is from Alessi Bakery. They are known in Tampa. They do a strawberry pie every year. It looks delicious. Let me know if you would partake in this. Look at those delicious strawberries. I definitely would, and I think you should too. Alessi Bakery. Then one of my other Strawberry Festival favorites is the island noodles. They have a wok-fired noodle dish that they serve up. You can get it with vegetables. Keep it vegetarian, or you can add protein. I think they have steak and chicken as an option. It's delicious, guys. You need to try them. And of course, who can forget the giant turkey legs? Who comes to the Strawberry Festival and does not eat one of these? Or the giant pork chops? Delicious. And of course, we cannot forget corn dogs. Strawberry Festival without a corn dog? Not me. And one of my other favorites, the Amish donuts. Is this like a secret recipe, or is it like the standard donut recipe and you guys just...
It is a secret recipe. I think there's about 6 of us that know it.
Wow. And you guys have been in business how long?
2007, I think.
Wow, very nice. Do you guys have a brick and mortar place?
No, we run out of food trucks. We do Sarasota.
Okay.
A few spots weekly, and she has a location card up front if you'd like.
Okay. What about Tampa? Do you guys ever come to Tampa?
No, we do the state fair, but we don't do any spots. The furthest north we go is Bradenton.
Okay. So we gotta come to you guys to get it. So do you guys have like each year for the Strawberry Festival, do you make a specific, like a special one type of thing?
Yeah, we do the only place we do the strawberries and cream is here, and the Sweetheart, which is strawberries and cream with chocolate.
Okay, awesome. Well, they're very good, so we love getting them here. Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
Again, so many fun things to do at the festival. You can get a caricature made of you and your honey, your friend, your children, or pick a t-shirt design that's specifically for you. It's amazing out here. Please come out to the Florida Strawberry Festival.
Welcome back, Mocha Marvels. It's Keisha Boyd, your host of Mocha in the Morning, where we're adding a little flavor to your morning blend. And of course, it's time for Piping Hot, and I got my sisters with me because I can't do it by myself. So let's get them introduced so we can jump on in. Miss Charlotte Davis.
Good morning, Mochaverse. Here we go again. I'll be multitasking the whole way through.
You got this, girl. Miss Liz Everett.
Hello, it's time to slay. It's Saturday.
Hey, and Miss Kenya Woodard.
Happy Saturday, y'all.
All right, you gotta love the energy. Let's jump right into Piping Hot. The question is, shall we overcome? Have we overcome? Will we ever overcome? Right? That's the question. That's the post. So Shalette, Jorge and I talked about, the weekend you all had in Alabama. And just all of the things that came with that, right? And it really doesn't even scratch the surface. It's a good start, like you said, but it doesn't scratch the surface. Tell us more about, the Jubilee and, who was there and what the trip was all about.
Yeah, so I do work with the Portico. It's Tampa's downtown community gathering space. It's downtown campus of Hyde Park United Methodist. And we are our justice team, we are a part of the Tampa Hillsborough Coalition, Equal Justice Initiative Coalition, that basically organized back in 2019 to answer the call of Brian Stevenson to bring the soil of a victim who has been lynched in your city to the National Memorial for Peace and Justice, as a symbol of our city acknowledging and publicly acknowledging the racial terror that's happened within our city. So we deliver that soil, and it just so happens to coincide with the Selma Jubilee, which I think it was an excellent experience for the group to have. If you go to the National Memorial for Peace and Justice, if you go to the Legacy Museum that connects slavery to mass incarceration, it's a heavy day. It's a heavy day. But to get to Selma and to get to the festivities of the Jubilee was the little ray of sunshine, rainbow that we needed at the end of a very gloomy day. So I'm very happy to have done that. And in Selma, we were able to take photos under the Edmund Pettus Bridge. And while we did miss the actual Bloody Sunday commemoration festivities, we had to get back on the road. I do want to bring that to the attention of our audience, because I think this year's Jubilee is more important than any other Jubilee. I believe it's the kickstart for us to start to take action when it comes to voting rights. And the Vice President Harris, she spoke to that in her speech, because she was there for the actual commemoration and the crossing of the bridge. We as a country did great things in 2020, and there are powers that be that are working to undo the great things that we did. So if we don't organize now, it's all going to go away. So watch what's happening with the voting rights bills. They've already defeated 2 of them. So we're going to it's the same thing they went through in 1965, the same thing. So just pay attention. And that's all I'm going to say about that for now.
Wow. That's crazy. It's crazy to think that still in 2022, we're having to, there's no progress, really. There's no progress. And that's just, I don't know. And then, we are finally getting the anti-lynching bill to the desk, Kenya. How many years later?
Well, let's see. It's 2022, at least 100, right? If not more.
I mean, right,
so,
right.
Yeah,
but this is in the name of Emmett Till. So even then, it's 60 something odd years. Why did it take
66
so long?
years for Emmett Till, from Emmett Till, because last year was 65 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's crazy. Why do we have to attempt to get this law passed more than 200 times? It just really speaks to how they really feel about the value of our lives.
Yeah, and we'll see. Still, me, it's not over until it's absolutely over. And the expectation is that President Biden will sign the bill. However, I'm still holding my breath until the ink is actually dry, because we've had presidents in office who have been sympathetic, I guess is the word, to the federal lynching bill. What's been the issue with Congress? We haven't always had a balance, if you will, where we've got both sides coming together to agree that this is something that can pass. So we'll see how it works out, but it's a shame. 200 failed attempts, and now we're finally getting to a point where we've got something on the president's desk. Prayerfully it'll get through.
Now, what about, speaking of bills, let's jump right into this don't say gay bill or transgender or trans bill. I'm still trying to understand that, right? And what that means, because I've heard several different opinions and different thoughts, but can you kind of break that down for us a little bit?
So basically what's happened is that the Florida legislature has passed a bill, the Don't Say Gay bill, that pretty much makes it against the law for schools to teach anything about sexual orientation or gender identity for two children between the ages of 5 and say 8, so kindergarten through 3rd grade. And excuse me, and I think the language is pretty vague, but anything that is deemed inappropriate for students to be learning at that time about sexual orientation or gender identity. And the reason this is such a big deal is because if you look at the school standards, education standards for Florida right now, you won't see anything in there about teaching sexual orientation or gender identity. They already don't teach that. So the question was, of course, is this bill even necessary? Why are we highlighting something that isn't even an issue? And therefore, you're making it an issue when it doesn't have to be one. And with a bill, no less. So that's where we are right now. The expectation is that DeSantis is going to sign it.
So Liz, like, how do you feel about this?
I just have no thoughts. I have no, because I'm just aghast. Hate is taught. Whether you're teaching someone to hate skin color, to hate someone else that's not like them. And the fact that, to me, that you would bring it up and make it an issue. And as Shalette said earlier, when we were going through different articles, she was talking about how people position candidates for federal office. This is something that someone in the background is marking off so that they can say, well, we limited voting rights, we limited, LGBTQIA, in schools, we did this so that they can look good for their constituents. But the hurt and the harm that this could do, I mean, what about the little kid who's in kindergarten who has 2 mommies? You know what I mean? And now the teacher can't explain, because originally the bill did not say instruction and was not just talking about lesson plans for teachers. It said conversation, basically was trying to say you could not even talk about, gay, trans, any of that at all in the classroom. But this is society. Society is moving on. This is not the 1950s.
Yeah. The good thing is there are community organizers like Donna Davis, who came on the bus trip with us to Montgomery, who was working furiously the entire weekend to organize a rally in Tallahassee on Monday, that are standing up for the rights of this community. So again, take action, get organized, because folks are strategically taking away our rights, from CRT to this anti-gay legislation to voting rights. Pay attention.
Pay attention. That's right. All right. Now, speaking of, go ahead. Oh, speaking of, rights and relationships and gender and all that to tie in, Brittney Griner's wife is, trying her best to get her wife back home, right, from Russia. So Kenya, she was detained in Russia on drug charges. Is that what the story is?
Yeah, I believe the language is transportation of illegal drugs or something like that. So the bottom line is a security dog sniffed out cannabis oil in her luggage when she was coming through customs. She was on her way to Russia. She's coming into Russia from the US, coming to work. She works, she's a basketball player in Russia as well. And she was detained because the dog smelled cannabis oil in her luggage. And we're just now finding out she's actually been detained for almost 4 weeks now. And at the most inopportune, worst time, any time to get detained overseas is not good. But right now, because of the war, it's really a horrible, horrible time right now for this to happen. And so what's Brittney Griner's family is asking, and fans and everyone, pretty much asking for some kind of intervention because the fear is that she'll be used as a political pawn between the US and Russia. And of course, US is backing Ukraine. So the hope is that, excuse me, there can be some kind of, intervention on her behalf so that she can be free and come home. So we're certainly hoping for that, but it remains to be seen. Unfortunately for Brittney, she's kind of caught in between the situation between US and Russia. And I'm sure Putin is only too glad to have a high profile athlete like herself as a pawn that he can use, to kind of bend things to his will. The question is, will that even work?
Yeah. And I like that question, Shalette. Like, why is it, as we're talking about women's rights and equal rights and all that stuff, that a woman does not make enough money as a professional player, that she has to get a second job overseas?
Yeah, women in sports are not valued as highly as men, and these are the circumstances that they have to put themselves through in order to build a life for themselves and their families. So Brittney should have never been in this position.
Right.
Russia? Are you kidding me? An American, a Black American in Russia? No, thank you. LGBTQ American in Russia. Do you know how they feel about the community there?
Right.
Putting her life in, she literally has put her life in danger so that she can provide for her family. And I hope someone takes up this torch when it comes to, equal pay, WNBA, soccer, whatever, because that's what, kind of like struck me as I'm reading the story. I was like, we got a queer woman in Russia, like a Black queer woman in Russia.
No.
Yeah.
No good. And just very quickly, the numbers. So the average WNBA player makes only $120,000. The highest paid player, $220,000. Brittney makes $1 million a season in Russia. Would you not be going to Russia to play ball if you were Brittney Griner?
Wow.
I'm just saying.
More than she does on her home front. That's crazy.
Way more.
It is crazy.
That is so. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Well, we're wishing her the very best and hoping that she can get back home safely to the U.S. So definitely sending our thoughts and prayers and positive vibes all the way. All right, now let's jump into some entertainment with. Okay, it's award season. Rosie Perez is back on for the Oscars. Now she's been gone how long, Liz?
28 years.
But why?
Honestly, basically, one thing that we talked about in the production meeting last night was basically she got to the highest and didn't win, which, a lot of people feel in the entertainment business, like you get to a certain place and like you tap out. Here's the crazy part. When I looked it up today, she was beat out for the award by Anna Paquin, who was 11 years old at the time.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I can only imagine how the story was spun behind closed doors and how it looked and those kind of things. But the crazy part is, to be honest, here are the numbers. Okay. In 2018, a study by the Motion Picture Association of America said that Latinos are the highest number of movie watchers. Like, those are the folks who are watching the movies. So when you leave out a personality like Rosie Perez, you're really leaving money on the table. But I think because people aren't putting the numbers together in that way, and they just want to go with, how things have normally gone, it leaves a lot to be desired. And also 5% of the 47,286 speaking roles from 2007 to 2018, only 5% were Latino.
Wow. Oh, Lord. It's so much more to be done. Oh, my gosh.
We've got ground to cover.
this was an easy thing for Hollywood to do. Remember, they've been catching a lot of flack over the last years for lack of diversity. And so my thing is, if you have a high profile actress like Rosie Perez, granted, she spent some years sitting out because she got really sick. She had some neck and back injury after a movie one year. And so she sat out for a few years to tend to that. But 28 years, that's practically her career, and
56 now.
Yeah, right. It would have been easy, for them to, make sure that she's presenting every other year or whatever, whenever she's available, just to, some kind of show of diversity in the presentations. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't get it.
Yeah, it is definitely crazy. So I'm looking forward to her red carpet return for sure.
And she's presenting. Did we say that she's actually presenting?
Yeah. She's presenting, right? Not nominated, presenting, right?
Presenting, correct. All right, now let's jump to another subject, which, I'm a little flabbergasted. I am. So TikTok dancers are being sucked into a cult, okay? Right? And these predators are using social media to suck these people right on in. Like they are just vetting them via their social media profiles and their posts, right? Which is freaking scary that, you think you're posting something because I'm cute and blah, blah, blah. And somebody is looking at like, how can I get her? Not in a romantic way, but in the most evil way, right? What is going on?
Man, listen, I got sunk into this rabbit hole for a good 2 hours on Twitter the other day. So basically, there's this organization called 7M Films, and supposedly it is a fundamental Christian organization, although you won't be able to find much about them online. They're pretty secretive. Okay. And they target, like you said, TikTok dancers. And supposedly they promised them, I guess, money, fame, or whatever in exchange practically for their souls. But what's happening is that, a lot of fans of some of really, popular, prominent TikTok dancers, they noticed that their dancing styles changed. It's not some big announcement. Hey guys, I belong to a cult. That's not how it works. Yeah. What happens is that the fans noticed a change in the style of dancing, particular one couple called Miko and Tight Eyes. And they realized that they went from doing these really, bombastic, sensual type of dancing routines to almost this like Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers stuff. And, eventually fans started connecting dots, putting things together, because what happened is that this group, the sect, had some of their dance members go on Ellen and perform. And the family of another prominent dancer came out and said, hey, that's not what you think it is. It's actually a cult. We can't talk to this lady anymore. She's our family member. We're not allowed to talk to her anymore. We don't have any access. We can't contact her. We don't know where she is. We're just seeing her pop up on Ellen, so we know she's still here. So it's gotten really, really weird. And it's not just, like one or two, supposedly there's like a whole slew of TikTok dancers that have fallen into this. And so it's really interesting and scary at the same time. But it falls in line with, some other cults that have popped up on TikTok in the last few years. I don't know if you guys remember the BBW lesbian cult. I got stuck into that like for hours and hours reading about that one. It was crazy.
Well, what? Yeah. Okay, so Liz, what is that about? The BBW?
Once again, Ashlette said with the voting rights thing, pay attention. Okay, so apparently, this woman named Angela, right, allegedly, was targeting BBW Black women, right? Big, beautiful women, and who are plus, and having them self-harm, like literally saying like, cut yourself 5 times on both legs, like just really crazy things. She would entertain them as if they were be coming into a relationship, and then all of a sudden change her behavior towards the person, right? And then at one point she's even like screaming and yelling at the woman who again allegedly, right, screaming and yelling at the woman because her video didn't go viral. Like Angela's video didn't go viral, right? So it's not even like her video, it's the other woman's video. So, you know, it's, I think the thing that we have to honor in this space is that people's mental health and their desire to be loved and their desire to be valid makes them targets. And we have to be honest that each and every one of us at some point in our life could have been or is a target. And we have to really watch for folks who are grooming people on social media. And we all need to be better educated about what that looks like, because it doesn't look like someone saying, hey, come over here. You know, and even with the dancers, a few of those dancers are from So You Think You Can Dance. Wow. So they've been out there making it. So of course, you know, now that 7M comes and they're like, oh, here, think about it. These kids performed now, have been on an international television show, right? And now all of a sudden, because 7M gets involved, they've done a Corolla commercial. They've danced at the Super Bowl this year. You know, all of these different things. And so now, of course, they're going to say, well, gosh, God is blessing me with these people. So now I need to stay here, because if I leave before, and it's real easy for them to say, well, before, what was your life like? And now that you're with us, you know, and that keeps people in that cycle.
That's crazy. And so my guy from Get Out and Judah, the Black Messiah, Daniel Kaluuya, what is going on with him? Who is he following? I heard he fired his agent.
Girl, he fired CAA, who reps Tom Hanks and Reese Witherspoon and the folks. This is the agency that all the folks want to be at. Right. What is going on? and they're calling homegirl, excuse me, Her Holiness, his personal manager, and the head.
I thought it was Air Holiness.
Yeah. You're right. And that's according to LinkedIn. So you know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about Facebook, okay? Thank you for helping me out, girl. AKA, they call her Bossy Rasputin. Sis.
Wait a minute. So Gillette, hold on. He has hired Air. What's her name? Princess
Air Holiness.
Air Holiness. I don't know the backstory, y'all. I love a good cult story. This is like my favorite thing to watch as a Christian, as someone who does work with a faith-based organization. I love cult stories. And you know, California is ripe with cult stories, y'all. You know, back Jim Jones, how far back can we go? And with everything we've talked about in this segment, to see Daniel Kaluuya, of all people, he was already in the sunken place. Like, please don't make this dream a reality, sir. How are you doing this to us? I don't know how he met this woman. I hope someone organizes the best intervention ever to pull this man out of the sunken place, because that's where he is right now. I cannot believe he fired his agent. She's gonna mess up his career and suck all the money that he's just starting out.
And she says she doesn't know him.
Right.
Crazy.
When she was contacted by a newspaper for comment, she was like, I don't know Daniel. Like, I've met him casually, but here's the thing.
Such a lie.
Which totally contradicts, because, you know, according to the paper sources, she was on set when he was filming Nope, which is the next film to come out, right? Jordan Peele's next film.
Yeah.
She was on set like every day and got into it with folks on set. So
and it was the people on set that realized he wasn't making his own like basic like life decisions. You know what I'm saying? What am I gonna eat? I don't know. Hair Holiness, what you think I should eat?
Oh no. Oh
yes,
no.
Girl. Yes. And then CAA was contacted and they confirmed that he is no longer a client. How you gonna get up there with Tom Hanks and then putter out? Fill your gas tank up, sir. We're not doing this. No.
For Air Holiness. This is giving me the whole thing about her being on set and kind of controlling that. It's giving me Brittany Murphy vibes. Her husband did the same thing with her, and I
know how that is.
That this doesn't end tragically, because
money does crazy things to people. That's what this is.
It does. Well, honey, look, we are sending all the positive vibes to that brother, okay? And anybody else who is in the sunken place. Yes, honey, because ain't nobody got time for that. Nope.
Time for that.
Look, nope.
Nope.
You got to get out.
Yes, all of that. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me today. We appreciate you so much for joining us, Piping Hot. You all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Saturday and the rest of your weekend. Mwah, 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 mwah. I'll see you on the next time. All right, Mocha Marvels, don't you go anywhere. Take a look at this week's Mocha Minute.
Welcome back, Mocha Marvels. This is officially Jorge, and it is time for our Mocha moment. So if you are celebrating an anniversary, anything special that is happening in the Mochaverse, share it with us at Mocha Morning Show, and we will share it to our Mochaverse.
That's right. So check out this week's Mocha Moment. Mocha Marvels, what a show. Listen, thank you so much for joining us this Saturday morning. We certainly appreciate you, Jorge. Listen, the girls in Piping Hot, they never, ever disappoint.
Never disappoint. You know, they always get it. I mean, because, and I think that's just a result of us always celebrating who they are, because they're women.
Yeah.
They're melanated.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
And they're magical. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a recipe for Piping Hot.
Listen, let me tell you, at Mocha in the morning on the Mocha Media Network, okay? Listen, don't forget that we always celebrate Black and we always celebrate women. Like, it's not just a month, it is all year long. So we're very proud of that. But in this moment, in this day, on this Saturday, we want you to make sure that you continue to stay tuned in on the Mocha Media Network, because what's coming up next, Jorge?
Because coming up next, we have the Fab Lab with Liz Everett and Stephanie J. And that's all about the fashion and the art of beauty. Yes. And we would not leave you without the Valtrenda Show, which everybody knows it is your headquarters for a melanated mental health.
That's right. So make sure you stay tuned right here to the Mocha Media Network. Once again, thank you so much, Mocha Marvels, for being here with us. And we look forward to seeing you next week. And don't forget to please, 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 please share, share, share. And Jorge, before I go, I'd like to take this very, very, very special moment to send condolences to my family, my husband and his family, as we deal and prepare to celebrate the life of his mother, Miss Anita Burnett Boyd. So I just wanted to do that before we left the show. It's not a moment that we're gonna, be sad about, because she lived, and we are greatly, greatly appreciative of what she left us and look forward to continuing her legacy.
And since it is International Women's History Month, and we did have International Women's Day, this show is dedicated to that exact month.
Thank you so much. See you next Saturday.